Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dead Unicorn. My name's Corey, and we're playing Vallanthia. It's open D6 fantasy, and I'm playing today. So our great game master, of course, for every Vallanthia game is Howard. How you doing, Howard?
You.
Works well. There might be some glitches on his end. We're not sure yet. Everything might crash because he installed something incorrectly. Before we begin, I'd like to thank our patrons. Our sponsors are our patrons. Scrolling up in the upper right-hand corner. If you want to be a patron, you can go to deadunicorn.com/Patreon. That's the opposite. You can vote in our poll on what character gets... And...
Ape has gotten one. No,
Nope, I did not.
This was the second time that...
Yeah.
I don't...
Make them fight for it,
Well,
Howard.
my point was that it's been longer since White Ape has gotten...
Huh? Which
Your audio's gone, Corey.
Yeah, he's right.
They can hear me. I'm getting levels.
There it is.
Okay, now we hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, it must have been a hiccup somewhere in Zoom because, yeah.
They're just deaf.
So,
We call each other ahead of time. We're like, all right, at exactly this moment, we're all going to pretend not to hear Corey.
support the channel. Go to patreon.com/deadunicorn. Also, subscribe, hit the bell, all those great YouTube things. If you, I get a character point. That's my cool benefit from the poll. And I think that's it for me. Howard, this is your show. Do the thing.
I will do the thing. See, is one of the 5 forms of magic that came to Terra from demonic origins. One of the few practitioners of a demonic form of magic is a man called Erdrek. He is locked in the deepest part of an asylum beneath the Temple of Light in Vallanth. Our adventurers have infiltrated that asylum as 2 workers, a guard, and an inmate, all in hopes of somehow gaining Erdrek's trust, finding out rocks, and building new hallways within the Light's Peace Asylum. White Ape, you have made significant progress in creating the new hallway to the proposed cells you have promised to build. Rudel is starting to look... As the 2 of you are approaching your work areas today, I need you both to roll an acumen search for me.
Ooh.
All right. Acumen search. Okie dokie.
I hope you're good at this because I am no good at this.
Oh,
Well,
I got
it's-
a 15.
He got a 15, and that's going to be for what he's looking at.
I have.
You got an 8 for what you're looking. Actually, first, Tom. I'm going to move your character real quick.
Mm-hmm.
As you look into your secret area, you should be able to tell I modified the map for you guys.
I
Thank
see.
you.
All right.
I was just
basically-
going to comment on that. That's amazing, dude. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Oh, glad you like it. You can see. You should be able to see the beginning of your little hallway there. Right before you go into whatever secret opening is. I know that you made a secret opening into your tunnel because logic would dictate that, but you didn't describe it to me in detail, so I don't know how to describe it back to you. However, as you're about to open it, as you look over it, with a 15, you are able to notice some things are moved around in the area where you've been working. Some of the tools that you left there for your masonry kit are moved around. It looks like somebody has been through here and looked at stuff, but the secret tunnel that you made appears untouched and uncovered. Uncovered as in it's still covered. It's not, it's not
Unmolested.
It hasn't been
That's-
discovered.
that too. You get the idea. Everything looks fine, but somebody has been through here. And as you're looking around the areas you get ready for work, you feel yourself more concerned with the fact that Rudel is getting tired of hauling these slabs. This is a lot of work for a goat, even a giant goat. So that you don't take a special notice of anything as you are looking through.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna give Rudel a break. He deserves some tin cans. Whatever goats eat.
Whatever he eats.
Actually, my character knows 100% the best treats for a goat, as as everybody knows, my character has really, really great animal handling for goats.
I'm assuming they're called Rudy Snacks, and you have like a box.
Rudy snack.
All right. So that's what you two see. Is there anything special you're doing today? Or are you just continuing on your same work as before.
We got to get this done as we're
Like we built your cell, and what was it? The secret pipe has.
Oh, that's the first thing I noticed when I was like, oh shit, Howard remade the map. This is dope. I just really like, dude. Well, yeah, that's even
old
more
school.
impressive. That is even more impressive. That you
not
have this
even
high
3D
quality.
paint.
That paint is not.
So basically, you gave me 2 holes, right? One hole into this guy's room.
Right.
Okay, come on now.
And 1 hole for breathing.
Yeah, and what? Well, both holes are technically for breathing.
Yeah, you can breathe. There's actually an additional hole, including the one that you can see through, that kind of zigzagged, because that was the one that they put in for breathing while the guy was watching. And they made it clear that you wouldn't get any actual light or be able to see anything or see through, because they were worried about you teleporting out. But then they put another hole in that you could totally see through if you want to teleport to this area.
Exactly.
Or into the dark room, but you don't know there's furniture in there. You could find yourself standing in a chair, and I will do damage to you with the dice.
Yeah, that's fair. Totally fair. But what I'm saying is I can probably teleport my way around this place to, it's fair that White Ape probably doesn't realize all that.
We just did our best to help you.
That's fair. Yeah.
Except
you also just don't know a lot about what my character can actually do.
Mind you, helping you does not include a toilet.
that's what
I was going to mention that too.
We were
I'm just gonna be
discussing that,
crying
yes.
and filthy by the time I escape this place.
Like Tom, okay, I would have to ask the game master about it. Do my Saiyans excrete at all? Like
You do.
other? Okay,
you
just
do. Absolutely. You can turn your exit point downward and shoot it straight down, because you can morph your body to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
So you can stand and pee if you'd like. It's however you want to describe it. Please don't describe it. This is what I'm
Well,
saying.
no, just asking, because I was also kind of operating on the plant logic assumption that my Saiyans, they can consume, but they don't excrete like humanoids or other bipedal quadrupedal animals do.
You are somewhere between a plant and a humanoid. You have a lot of the conditions of both.
Okay, that makes sense. So like another thing I was going to propose as Tom to White Ape is that if Roodle is feeling tired, maybe we can set aside some time and I could purchase another labor animal to help haul any of the stones. So that way Roodle will have assistance whenever we need to haul away more stones.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
You have mushroom magic, right?
Certainly.
So, can't you make magic mushrooms?
To the extent of my imagination, yes. What is it that you are proposing?
You can make energy. If Twinkle was here, she could make energy potions. So I'm thinking, can't you make an energy mushroom?
Something consumable with my magic, but it's not something I'm necessarily familiar with. But I could certainly give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try. I'll eat it so Roodle doesn't
An energy drink mushroom? Energy shot?
All right.
You can try and cultivate you're using your magic at this point to grow the mushroom.
Mm-hmm. Grow a mushroom that provides energy.
Right. So it's going to be a magic roll for you, but you don't have any skill in that per se.
Uh-huh.
It's not a Mycelium pod thing. This is a specific new mushroom you're attempting to grow out of existing mushroom that you can put down. You put the pod down, but you're asking it to do something the pod doesn't normally do. So it's not pod magic. It's your raw magic skill, because you don't have any skill in this particular piece of the magic.
Grow plant life, I assume.
You have grow plant life. Oh, yep, that would apply. Do that.
Oh, all right, let's give it a shot. Oh,
that wild die.
Damn.
All right, that totals to a 3. You basically get no effect after a moment of concentration. It doesn't even begin to bud.
I would have to apologize, my friend. This seems to be out of my skill range at the moment. It seems to be more alchemical than crafting.
Yeah, I guess we were all learning new things right now. I was just an idea. It's just an idea. Okay, well, we'll get Rudel to rest some. He's done enough. We'll
I
just
do have some extra expenditure that I do not mind sharing with you.
Well, it's up to you. I'm not gonna tell you to spend money, but we do need to. I guess, like, okay. So here's the thing: if we get these cells done, we're gonna get money from these people for making these cells, right?
Oh,
Right.
yes.
So
Yes.
maybe a little investment, a little money to get some more. Another pack animal might be good because we'll be getting money back if we hurry, right?
Yes. But from my previous exploits, I do retain at least a slow trickle of monthly income that I can spend. So I'm willing to spend now in order to get returns for later.
Okay, well, let's go get that animal. We'll rent it. We'll see if we can't, like, rent the animal, because we don't... Renting is a thing, right?
I usually outright purchase, but if renting is a thing, we'll go ahead and do so as well. Also, before we make our way out, I do want to mention when I looked through our tunnel, and assuming that we're speaking in Terran,
Since you're speaking normally, I assumed it was Terran.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That's what I assumed, too, because you weren't, like, you weren't doing that, so I figured it was Terran.
Tom, you
Yes.
Shane. Let's make
So I did notice that that our tools have been shifted around in the tunnel. So someone must have found it.
Someone is spying on us, making sure we're doing our job. So,
but I tried to make the tunnel as concealable as possible for those only in the know.
Was
to
the
be able to
tunnel
see
messed
it.
with at all? Was the secret passage? You'd think.
Well, the tunnel itself, no, but the tools we left it as is yesterday. But I noticed that some of the tools have been shifted around a bit.
So, if they didn't find our hidden portal, if they found our hidden portal, we would have been given a talking to. They would have said something. So I think we're in the clear for right now. They're just checking up on us, I think. So eyes on the prize. Let's go get the pack animal, and get back here so we can do this work, because this work is gonna give me money, and I need money to get more magical teaching and all of that. It's gonna be good, since we abandoned our contract at the Adventurers Guild for this.
I was assuming that we were going to continue after.
It's been 3 days. I warned you. I warned everybody about this before we took on this mission. I said it out loud. No one. Let's go get the animal.
Out of character.
We're already here. We have to get the animal. We've committed. We got to commit to something.
All right, let's go. Let's get.
Meanwhile, Sarah, you've come on to shift. You're greeted by a face you recognize. The gentleman that's in the full armor is the first one you'd pass as you come in. I'm going to put you up there. Whoop. And he was the guy that was in full armor, and he had a remarkably like softer voice than you would expect from a guy in a big suit of armor. He's just, good to see you again. How you enjoying the job so far? He gives you a look that you can't see because he's got armor. Well, are you doing all right? Is there anything you need?
I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm ready to start my rounds.
All right, then have a good shift. And he lets you go on your way.
All right.
You don't have to like sign in or clock in. There's nothing that formal. There's no punch clock, because clocks don't really, they exist, but they're not used in workplaces. That type of technology reserved for the super rich and the weird like gnomish guy that's like building clocks in his special shop. But there's no punch clock in this place. It's just sort of a get to work type deal. All right. You are free to roam the place. Basically, what you've noticed is you do occasional walkthroughs so that you look busy. Most of the time, the guards are just gathered in this area over here. If it's walkthroughs, the ladies down here in the washroom, I don't know if y'all remember, but they are kind of an exchange. They're brought over from the prison to do the laundry to get them out of the prison for the day. They agree to doing this extra work over here because somebody doesn't want to trust absolute crazy people wandering free doing laundry for some reason.
Can't imagine why.
They might drown each other in the wash tub. There's just no telling. Or strangle each other with the linen. Or themselves. All right. So you are...
with White Ape and Tom.
Okay. When you get down there, they are there. They are at work.
Are they in the same area that Erda?
All right. The gate there, did y'all removed it or just made it so it didn't close right?
We removed the gate.
Okay. I wasn't sure I was going to remove the gate when I was adjusting the map, but I couldn't remember. I didn't want to rewatch the whole episode to find that one sentence. So I left
Understandable.
All right. Do you see them? Well, actually, you only see White Ape at work.
All right. Well, I will walk up to him then and greet him.
And Rudel.
Hello.
Hello, White Ape. How's it going?
It's pretty. Go. Rudel's a little tired.
Where's Tom?
He's going to go rent an animal.
Ah.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun venture.
Rudel's not enough to get the job done.
Well, it's underground. He's out of sorts. He likes wide open spaces. He likes the mountainside. You know how it is.
No, actually, I've always lived underground, but I guess I can see your point. And I suppose he needs a break now and then, right?
Yeah. So hopefully when the new animal comes in, Rudel can just, he can rest up and be much nicer for getting the last part to this done. But things are working out quite well. You wouldn't happen to know Taryn, would you?
I do not.
Huh. Wait. There's a special Elven language that Elvens used, right? Sylph. You know Sylph, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Can he come? I didn't know if you're okay. Could you come? Can you come? I gotta get away from that room over there.
Howard, are there any other elves around?
Yeah.
The most immediate elf to you is right here.
Yep.
Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, come here, come down further into this place.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and follow him.
Okay. You can come here, and I will show you how to access the secret passage.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's right. I'll ping it on the map for you, right there.
Got it.
So, if Erda needs to get out of here real fast and the guards are after him, or if the guards are after you because the jig is up or something, make sure to close it behind you and that no one knows that they're in there. It may be, because it's not done yet, so it may be just a place to hide, like a cubby hole that you can like hide in until things die down and then you can escape later on. or hopefully it will be done and you can just leave via it.
All right, makes sense.
That said, please, please, please make sure that none of the guards see it or know about it. I want to get paid for this. I have a lot. I have. Yeah, thank you. I have bills to pay. Cities, you need money in cities.
No, I mean, the less they know about what we're doing here, the better.
Yes, definitely.
They wouldn't be too happy.
Of course. That's why I've switched languages and why I've pulled you far away from prying ears. Okay, thanks. How did you become friends with Tom and not know Taryn?
That's a good question, Howard.
He talks slow in common, but he does speak.
Okay. He does speak common. He doesn't speak it as well. But
I noticed, but he speaks much better in Taryn.
interesting.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Very, very well spoken.
That's actually a
That
little
is very
shocking news to you.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting to know.
He's very
He's certainly a very nice guy.
Well, he has a very technical brain. He definitely he is the one who created the plans for all of this. I'm just like following his instruction, which is really easy to do since we both speak the same language.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyways, you better get back to work. I better get back to work. We got stuff to do. Make sure Erda is okay.
Is there any messages you want me to take to him? Are there any, I should say?
If he needs anything for his room, I might be able. No, I can't. I got to finish up here. But if there's an emergency, I will be there for him.
All right. I will make sure he is reminded of that. And I will go ahead and start heading towards the direction of Erda's cell.
All right. While all that was going on, Erda, you've been locked in this box this is your second day in this box. They put you in it. You spend a day in it. Now this is the second day that you are starting in this box. It's dark. You do have some pinhole light from a couple of places that weren't supposed to exist, but you can see a little thanks to your elven sight and that little tiny bit of light. And then on top of that, there's no one to talk to. They see a flicker of. Well, actually, no. This would be the second time you've seen it happen. A minotaur or two, which you're aware. I better keep describing.
Also, that I was like, okay, well, he can talk over me. I like the fact that he's being persistent. Then I was like, from the Earth Temple, right? The Minotaur, a dark figure passing through.
I'll tell you what. I think it'd be best. Let's see. I guess an acumen roll to really perceive what's going on.
Because
I'm gonna look at the quick skill list here. It's artist crafting. Blah 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 blah. To recognize him, I will allow investigation or search, and that's about it.
I'll do an investigation.
Okay. All right. That's actually a fairly decent roll, and because you met him before, and you hear that sound, so that you know when he's actually going closest to where you are, you don't hear that sound, and he is leaning against the wall as he moves. And the reason for that might be obvious to you as a player, but might not be obvious to you as a character.
Yeah.
But you don't hear that sound of the earth moving as he gets near you, but you hear it when he passes you, like when he's at this point.
Okay.
You get it now, right?
Yeah, I get it now. As a player, yes. As Erda, he probably would not have any clue. I would take.
But we'll say with that roll, as he was standing right here and leaning against the wall, there is a moment where you catch a glimpse of him, and you're like, "I think that's that Minotaur." And you've only seen one Minotaur in your life, so you're like, "Wait a minute, could it be?" And then you worry about this roll. This is a me thing.
I'm gonna try to listen just to hear. I don't know if he's going to the guy next to me or to air direct place, because I don't know what's on the other side of that map. You know what I mean? The other side
right.
Of that corner.
I'll go ahead and fill you in then on what you heard on the 2 times he's visited. He's always walked past you and not say anything to you. He doesn't like stop at that little tiny hole and speak or anything. He goes past you. He goes to, you can hear his voice from about here. First you hear a thumping on the wall. And you can hear it. It's weird to you, not because of it's a thumping on a wall, but it's almost like the wall vibrates, like the stone itself in this whole area from here to here kind of has a, and then you hear a shifting of stone. You hear his voice, but he says something that it honestly sounds, do you remember the Mystics from the original Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they sound the same in the new Dark Crystal on Netflix, but it's that hum sound, it's that long drawn out notes in a humming voice. And then, and that's as you hear the shifting of stone, and the shifting stops, and then you hear that sound again, and the shifting begins again. And then you will see him passing you for like a split second as he's leaving.
I kind of expected you to say that it sounded like, what are they called? Thuvian throat singing? What are they called?
There's certainly a comparison to be made to throat singing. But it's throat singing not through the larynx of a human, but through that of a cow.
Yeah.
So it's more of a
sense.
moo. There you go. That's very good.
Yeah, I got that.
I couldn't do that without practicing. Well done.
Yeah. I got the cow noises down. I've been practicing for a long time.
It's because you're full of bull, sir.
Exactly. All right. I try. So Erda's gonna try to stay sane in solitary confinement by paying attention as much as he can to the sounds and like routines going on around him. How many times do I hear guard shift changings, or like people coming around? Or you said that was the only time I heard anybody coming directly.
That was the only
area.
time. Well, that's the only time you heard anyone past this point.
Okay.
Well, actually, I take it back because there is somebody else back here who eats. There are twice. There is a regular guard that passes that point to go to this point and do something. At that point, I would say you really don't hear anything, but I would say you see a slight increase in the light coming from here because the guard carries a light with him, a torch, basically.
See. So, and I'm assuming it's like midday and then evening when they come, like
it'd be actually morning and evening. They feed them twice a day. Once basically a breakfast and lunch, or breakfast and dinner. They don't give them a lunch. But as far as you know, he's not complaining. You haven't heard him like attack the guard. Throughout that, you've heard. I think I've told you before, but there's the weird arguing of the two voices. One sounding like that twisted, vulgar version of Elysian, and the other sounding like an angry large lizard.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, occasionally you've heard muttering in both voices. In either one, it's hard to make out what they're saying, but you do actually speak Elysian. When you hear the muttering in that voice, it is mostly things like the best way to get out of here is to do this, to do that, and it's always just wait. And when the guard gets close, if we late by the door, if we just are right in that crook around the corner, we just grab him and pull him through. We could just pull his bones through the gate. We have the power. We could do it. You're so weak. And you hear that going on, just this like diatribe, just not ending of both a degradation of the other voice and then and how the different ways that we could use the amazing power we have to do anything we wanted. And then from the other voice, you hear a lot of hissing and spitting, and sometimes it's back and forth, and sometimes it's just one going off or the other for a long period of time, or it's silence. If you spoke Reptile, I'd give you a whole lot more. But for some reason, you didn't buy all the languages. How silly of you.
I really failed on character creation. Led myself astray.
They're only cheaper at character creation, by the way. This is a little fun fact about this system. Everything is cheaper at character creation. To learn it later sucks.
Okay, that's good to know for the future. For future games. So Erda's gonna like I said, he's gonna bide his time in here, try to focus on getting a bearing, and then every once in a while trying to have a conversation with like I guess what he would try to do, the approach he would try to have is trying to communicate with the dominant voice, if I should call it that, on like urging it on. Like you could escape if you wanted to. In fact, I could help you. We could work together and escape, and agreeing more often with the voice that I can understand, because I can't really agree with them.
Right.
Don't understand what they're doing. But just kind of giving that as an extra subtle, like, subliminal messaging campaign.
Give me a persuasion check as you're talking through your hole.
Yeah. I am talking through a hole.
You are doing that.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a character point.
Well, rake your roll first.
I did.
Oh.
It's a 7.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, good idea. I didn't hear.
Do...
Normally, I hear a sound when you make the roll. I didn't hear it that time.
Do you have your 3D dice enabled? Enable your 3D dice.
Dang it.
13.
This thing keeps like resetting stuff that I thought were done. All right.
I'm gonna spend one more.
Well, you got a 6 negatively affect you, just so you know that's a thing. But the 6 works
awesome.
in your favor. All right, so your 7 just
15.
turned into a 15. All right, you hear the voice, the twisted Elysian voice that is gravelly and horrible, speaking a language that should be beautiful, but for some reason is not. Oh, wait a minute. Do you read or do you speak Elysian?
Both.
You both? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I read, write, and speak.
Okay. Just had to double check real quick, because I think it was. Oh, I think it's actually Corey's character that only did one. He only speaks Terran, but he doesn't read it.
No,
All right,
I don't.
that's why
I don't read. No, can only speak it.
All right. So if Tom passes you a love letter, you don't know what it is, and you'll just assume it's IOU $3.
Then again,
actually...
I feel like if Tom wrote him a love letter, it would just be a mushroom in the shape of a heart.
That's a very true fact.
I am studying accents right now. I'm in a class studying different accents, and I noticed that some accents sound better from women than men, and some from men than women. Like a Cockney accent is really great from a guy, but from a woman, it's just like nails on a chalkboard. At least to me, it's subjective. But
that's interesting.
But like a Georgian Southern accent sounds great in a woman, but on a man is just like so unattractive, like effeminate, bad.
Well, yeah, that's true. The Georgian is very the Southern accent on a man always sounds weirdly effeminate. That, well, just, whoa, what?
That might.
What?
I'm just a small country lawyer.
I'll say, boy, I'll say. Let me tell you what.
It's just unattractive. It's not a good. It's not good. But then a Cockney accent on a woman is also bad. Hi, love. How you doing? Yeah, it's just bad. Oh, it's
well, to be fair, it's your voice, not an actual woman's voice. But
people point to Amy Winehouse and say, "Well, what about her? She has a Cockney accent and she sounds great." And I'm like, "No, she doesn't. She does not." She sounds better.
And we'll look this up after again.
Yeah, she sounds better than a lot of the others, but she still doesn't sound good.
All right. Anyway, moving on. All right. So you made your roll. You rolled a 15, and you said you were trying to persuade him to do all the things he's saying, basically.
Yeah, like encourage him. Like we could maybe together, slowly building up to the idea, like maybe together we could actually break out of this place and be rid of these fools who can't see past their noses, can't see true power.
Let's see, this would just be to. Whoa! All right, there it is.
Oh, the deck is the deck. The dice are.
That is lame.
Oh,
just the placement of the dice is what's lame. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
With that roll,
You roll a 1 on your wild die. Yay!
I did, but
Yeah.
so you hear the voice closer, and in that twisted Elysian, you basically hear back, "Who is this? Who speaks to us? Who are you that wants to help us?"
Celie, real quick, I'm sad that Corey took off because what I was about to say was going to be like, oh, slap in the face, which was I was about to go, oh yes, I am a blood speaker.
Blood speaker.
Did I sound like Corey's blood
speaker.
speaker?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm doing, Corey's blood speaker?
Yeah, because you sounded like the voice, it made me think in my head, well, I'm a blood mage, so I should be like
Blood speaker. Well, you know, I'm gonna blame Corey for ever putting that voice in my head. Tell us what you are.
I go, I have seen magics far beyond what these fools have ever encountered. And I can bring that same magical power to bear. Only I could find a partner to get out of this place.
There you are. Curious little hole. This is new. Did you make this hole?
I don't want I don't want to say I did because I would be lying, so my character's gonna go, no, I think over time maybe these walls have just slowly decayed.
All right, make a bluff check. That's how you lie to me. It's charisma if you don't have bluff. All right.
7.
Interesting. And you want to help us escape this place? We can give you great power. We can destroy all that oppose us. Bring this place down. But we are trapped. Are you trapped as well?
Yeah, we are trapped here in this room for now. But as I gather more information on the guards' schedule, perhaps I will be able to create an opportunity for escape.
The guards, the information you need is that they are soft, made of flesh, and therefore they can be rendered asunder. Just destroy them with your hands.
These big, strong hands.
We must
They look like big, strong hands.
blood hands. I go, what about you? Are you going to rise up? Grasp for your freedom?
Runes. Break the runes and I can go free. You don't know what that is. It's the other voice.
Yeah, I was imagining. I didn't.
Or
think
I'm
you
choking on my drink. One of the two.
Yeah, exactly. You get a popcorn kernel stuck in the back there.
Howard just in the middle of talking starts hacking up a hairball.
All right. And with that, Esri arrives outside of your cell. Because that was a thing she was doing.
Yes. All right. I'll look around to see if there's anybody to overhear me. Is there?
Make a search check. Acumen search. All right. You don't hear anything or see anything.
Wait. Did I?
Oh wait, no, that's Erda. Sorry.
No, I was going to say I didn't roll yet, did I? You had me
No,
confused
I
for a
just
minute.
glanced over and saw that the roll was 7 and assumed that you had made a roll. But now
Oh,
that I
okay.
think about it, I do have 3D dice enabled again, and I didn't see any dice
I
either.
fed the
So
cat at
Okay, you
go ahead
said
and give it a
search?
shot. Yeah, search. It's under acumen. If you don't have it,
Oh.
you definitely don't see a thing. You are as safe as could be. In fact, you begin to wonder why everyone left.
He's just a little shit. That's what he is.
Oh dear. All
You can
right.
abandon.
Maybe we need it in automatic.
Anyway, I put your
on the
I put your
counter.
token by the hole that you know exists to speak to Erda.
Okay. All right. I'll just kind of whisper into the hole. Erda.
You hear a voice.
Okay, I'll clamber over to the other side of the cell, basically from over here. I'll turn around and be like, and crawl quickly toward this wall. And you could probably hear the like pad slapping of my hands as I'm crawling up to the wall and like listening.
You think she could hear that? She doesn't hear a thing.
Okay, that's probably fair.
Rather oblivious.
I move like a rat because I am not used to being in solitary confinement like this.
Like she's like I wonder if anybody's making any noise. I should clean my ears, and she's got a finger in each ear, looking around, wondering why she's not hearing anything.
Erda, it's me.
So when I run up to the wall, I'll go, "Is that you, Esri?
Yes, it's me.
You didn't put a bathroom in here."
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. They didn't?
No.
All right,
Bathroom in a
I'll
corner?
Friends I have. They locked into an asylum. No
Well,
bathroom.
I'll see if maybe I can get White Ape to give you a bucket or something.
Good job on the holes, though.
I have stepped in Monsieur's
That was smart
bucket.
thinking.
Yeah, I think that was Tom's idea. White Ape said he's been
Bless him.
designing everything.
Bless that mushroom's little mushroom center.
Is there anything else you need? Are you okay in there?
I mean, it's very dark, but I'm not complaining. Wish I had my books. At least I'd have something to do for the while, but I guess in the meantime I can at least listen. I've heard guard shifts changes and have been taking note of when they come, what times of day. And I'm trying to decipher what the man on the other side of this wall is trying to say. He speaks in 2 different languages, almost like he's arguing with himself. I would
Strange.
normally have thought him mad, but I do believe he is using dark magic to bind, perhaps, some sort of entity to himself. Or perhaps he is a rune mage and is using it to hold things in check. I'm not quite certain, but whatever it is, he is quite dangerous.
Well, White Ape and White Ape and Tom are working on a way out. So if we need to get out of here, there's a way to do that.
He wishes to flee.
Well, we may have to look at doing that in order to get our mission accomplished. We'll see.
Indeed.
All right. Well, I'll go talk to White Ape about your bathroom.
Yes, and a towel, maybe a blanket.
Right.
Floor is stone in here. And they
I'll
took my
see-
clothes after stabbing me. Someone did stab me the other day. Quite painfully.
I'm
I don't
sure.
know that I'm even fully back to.
Well,
Just say I'm not feeling great.
I'll see if I can get you some blankets and a towel and get White Ape to put them in there possibly. I'll come back shortly with supplies. And at that point I'll go ahead and head back out to White Ape.
All right. So she wanders off to go see White Ape. What do you do next?
What do I do?
Yes.
I go back to the other side of the wall.
All right. So you're going to continue your conversation, and I will get to that in just a moment. But first, at the stable near the entrance to the town of Vallanthia, there is a large Mycenaean man, or Mycenaean person, androgynous maybe, speaking to a stable
I'm
boy,
okay with man.
as you wish. The large Mycenaean man speaks with the stable boy. Yeah, yes, mister, what can I do for you? He looks at you. He's seen you before because you were with the man that he had to stable the goat for a couple days.
Looking to rent animal for labor.
Oh, do you need like a horse then, or do you need like an ox?
So I look at the animals and and I sort of like have him gesture to see which animal is which, and I point to the more bulkier one.
All right, so you see that there's a stable. It's mostly horses. There are a few cows, and there are a couple of strong ox, usually used for pulling carts. I will not make you roll for this, just tell you that it looks like any of these creatures would have an inconvenient time making it down into the asylum, as you have to go first through the temple and then downstairs to the asylum itself. And leading an ox down a set of stairs is complex. The only reason the goat could do it is, one, goats are amazing climbers, and two, the person that was guiding the goat is an amazing person to guide a goat.
Ah.
But also, there are no goats here. Not the stable. You could go to a farm maybe and find goats. Normally, goats are not mounts and large beasts of burden. He brought his giant goat from somewhere else.
One giant titty, thank you.
It's a rare breed, that one.
Ah. Oh, this is going to be fun.
But maybe it never occurred to him that those are not normal things to find at a regular stable.
So, as far as perhaps, like Tom can tell, like he probably won't pick up too quickly until he actually has to assist the ox down the stairs.
So you're gonna rinse an ox, take it all the way to the temple, and go, "Oh, this sucks." To be fair, that makes complete sense for your character.
Yes. Because
well done, sir. That's good role play on your part.
It's like, well, all right. So he's gonna take a chance on the ox and see where it goes from there. See what sort of hijinks we're gonna get into.
To rent the ox to do labor for you, they ask you for. He's going to ask you for 50 silver, but he's going to tell you they'll return 40 silver when you bring the ox back. It's just sort of a collateral thing.
Understandable.
Yeah.
All right, let me take a look.
And that's still far less than the cost of actually buying an ox.
So 50 silver. So that would be
5 gold.
Oh, 5 gold?
Yeah.
All right, where is my gold?
I don't know.
All right, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 5 gold has been spent. And would that be for the day, or would it be like indefinite until?
No, it's per day. It would be per day. But if you keep him for 5 days and return him, then you're just going to get 0 back.
Ah, okay. So I'll make sure to bring it back at the end of the day.
Okay. So yeah,
if I forget to roleplay it, assume that I do.
Go ahead and make an animal handling check to get that thing. I won't make you make the check because it is a tamed, domesticated beast that is used to following people and doing what it's told. But as you try to walk it through a temple and down a flight of stairs, that's where the animal handling comes in, because that's not something it's normally doing.
Would that be under acumen?
It's under charisma.
I have command.
Yeah, but it's an animal and doesn't understand your language.
All right.
You can boss it around, but it will not respond well.
True. All right, let's give it a shot.
Oh,
Well-
that's the best time to put a 1 in the last place. All right, so you have rolled a 0. It freaks out as you try to pull it down the staircase. It feels like it's going to fall, and it gets scared and begins to buck backwards. It kicks a man that was just a regular alkali at the Temple of Light, throws him into a wall, and begins just rampaging through the temple, trying to figure out how to get out.
Just my freaking luck.
That is the best crit fail that you could have, because that totals to a 0 as it took away the 3, leaving you with nothing.
You're a mushroom. It like ripped your arm off. You were trying to like pull it on a, and then it just like ripped off a whole like chunk of celery. You were just like, well, turns out oxen are way tougher than my fiber.
Oh my god.
Oh, I knew it would be hard. I didn't expect that to happen, but that's great. A couple other like alkalites are running into the area, looking around. The pews are being knocked over. There's a rampaging ox.
My cabbages.
Oh my god, this is the best.
It is the best. What would you like to do to try and contain this rampaging ox inside this building?
All right. So what is the width? Because I assume we're in a hallway, or are we in a large room?
We'll say it's a large room. I'm not going to pull up the other map. It's your
Okay.
initiative. He's within your range, most likely, if you're looking for a grapple attack. We'll give you the 2-step rule. We'll say you're within 1 square of him, so you can do whatever you want. He's in range.
Oh my god. So I'm okay, so I have 2 ideas. Either grapple him by hand because I have good stamina at least, or
Ride him, cowboy.
or
Yeehaw.
try to make like airbag sort of like Mycelian pods to stick onto the bull, so that way it can I can at least decrease its movement and try to make sure that it's kind of stuck in place. Like, think of those like gel balls that Mr. Incredible were captured by,
I got you.
Incredibles.
I totally can picture that. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about doing that with my sand pods, or at least trying to calm the animal down by kind of like grappling it. But considering that I'm a very fibrous being and this is like a ox we're dealing with, yeah, very funny, Erda. But let's see.
You got to pick.
Let's try the Mycelian pods.
All right. Well, that's a much better roll for you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go.
Oh,
Dang.
that is a much better roll for you. All right. With a 26, you grab out just a handful of pods and throw them out, and they immediately begin to swell up around the ox. It's going to struggle, but it has a high target number to reach to continue to rampage as it's doing. They're quite strong, because that's why they're beasts of burden.
Mm-hmm.
But with that really good roll, he does not exceed a 26. Because that's a heck of a roll. Therefore, you can see like the legs going, and it is still this like almost majestic beast in its movement. It is very strong, but with its hooves no longer like quite touching the ground. It is lifted up by these giant inflated mushrooms. It is lifted slightly off the ground, and then after a few moments, its legs get tired as they're just doing this. And they slow down.
In the meantime, I'm gonna try to caress its head to try to calm it down.
Charisma check, animal handling.
Well, charisma.
Hey,
Oh,
that's decent.
I'm kind
All
of
right.
surprised with the bonus.
You've got it.
All right.
Both in its becoming tired from its own little rampage there, and your soothing voice, and you're stroking it slowly, and it just after a while begins to calm. And remember that it is a domesticated animal, and that the humans don't mean it harm, and it just kind of, or humanoids I should say, it don't seem to mean it harm, and it begins to calm, and it stops struggling, and it seems all right, although it still seems kind of off balance, like it's trying to reach to. Because it's weird to have yourself lifted off the ground. So it's you can tell it's trying to get comfortable in a position that it's not comfortable in because it's off balance.
I
It is
will
calm.
have Tom dispel the Mycean pods and try to see if he can try to calmly guide it.
All right. So you
Again.
release concentration on the pods, and they immediately begin to just shrink back down into normal pods. And as they do, he is lowered down. Yeah, we'll assume it's a he. He's lowered down. His hooves are now touching the ground because you calmed him first. He doesn't seem too upset. He's a little startled, just because this is a super weird situation, but you've rolled super well. And he seems calmed enough that he doesn't freak out too much. But he is definitely not down that staircase. He's still up in the main room.
Man, I'm wondering if I should give it another try, but then again, I got really lucky with that last charisma roll.
That was a lot of luck there because you got your wild die off. Otherwise, I don't think it would have been. Well, even without the wild die, it was 11. When he was raging, so the difficulty was 15. So you barely hit it.
Yeah. So Tom will probably think that that white ape will have a better time handling this animal than I would. So I will attempt to brokenly ask one of the acolytes to watch over the oxen while I go to look for my other coworker so he could guide the oxen down.
Normally, I would say that y'all could just ask them and they'd be kind of fine with it because they know you're working there. But that thing just knocked over a bunch of stuff, and you're speaking like a broken common. So I'm gonna go ahead and have you make a charisma check, persuasion. If you don't have persuasion, it's straight charisma.
Yeah. If not, and I'll also kind of try to upright some of the stuff that was knocked over, because that is my responsibility.
That's fair. All right. Yeah, these guys are like, the man that's facing you is like, that thing just kicked me. We're not keeping it here. I need you and you to lead that thing out of there if the mushroom thing won't do it. He's being a little bit rude to you, but he is very upset. He's recently been kicked by an ox, and he appears to be in charge, and he's telling everybody just leave the ox out of here if the mushroom won't.
Tom will at least leave the oxen outside, try to tie its reins.
Okay.
And
you can do that because the ox does not mind being led back out, and it doesn't mind being tied up. That's normal. Like tied up to the lead, the lead tied onto a thing. Yeah, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Tom will just try to regroup with White Ape and ask if he could handle bringing the ox in.
All right. As you are arriving to talk with White Ape, Esri is down there as well. She arrived shortly before you to talk with White Ape, so we'll put you all both in the same room. Esri's actually already down there, so we just need you to join them. Where are you? Oh, I deleted you because you weren't in the scene. So you need to pull yourself back onto the screen. There you go. Great.
Right here.
All right, so everybody's in the scene. You three and Rudel technically can talk. Rudel says,
welcome back, Esri. There was something I needed you to tell Erda, and I totally forgot.
What's that?
Remember, the reason we're here is to just learn the name or the location of the guy who's selling necromancy books. Don't get off. Don't get off that because I could see him making up some weird, like, other plan. Urda his mind tends to wander on what the plan is. It's kind of the reason we're down here in the first place.
He gets distracted, I know.
Yes. So
And
make
I'm
sure
assuming
he
that this is the-
understands the only thing we need is the name of the guy selling the books or his location. That's it. That's all we need. We're not here to rescue anybody. That's not what we're here for. If he thinks that we need, because I remember I told him we might have to to gain the guy's trust, get him out of there. But that's not necessarily the only option.
He says apparently this guy is talking to somebody in his cell, and normally he would think he was just crazy, but he says perhaps because of his magic that he's contacted someone. It's very strange.
Great. Okay, so there's him and a spirit.
He's not sure who the other voice is. We're kind of floating theories on that right now.
Well, at least he has lots of company.
I suppose he's
I
trying
don't
to,
know.
I guess,
I don't.
talk to them right now.
Right. Hey, Tom, where's the pack animal?
I speak in Terran with White Ape. I had a little trouble with it, unfortunately. I have it tied up outside, but I tried to guide it down the stairs, and unfortunately, it became a little unruly.
Okay.
And the church members are quite upset with me. So one of them was kicked by it before I could calm it down.
Well, that's
and I
bad.
got really lucky with calming it down.
So Tom has a new pack animal. Apparently, it kicked somebody. It shouldn't be that bad. I mean, a pony. Come on.
It's an ox.
But
stop. I look at you.
Is something wrong?
I point to that hallway and say, "How is an ox going to fit down that hallway?"
Do you say that in common
Yes.
or in Terran?
No, common.
Tom kind of looks confused, but like
An
he
ox.
assumes that it's it's at least like
So I matched this hallway to what y'all drew on the map.
So this hallway is the same as this hallway here, which is
Actually, it's smaller than that hallway. And I would like to point out that I thought was really funny because you promised to make bigger hallways so that people wouldn't have the problem of jerks like this dude attacking you for the cell.
Oh, I was trying to mimic this hallway here because I thought that
Even then, if you mimicked the same hallway, even if I had made it match that, it wouldn't be the same as the promise you made that it would be a wider hallway.
I made a
And that
promise. I don't.
yeah, y'all talked about making it wider so that that guy couldn't attack you and you wouldn't have to like walk sideways over here so that he couldn't run up on you.
So also my intention originally with the hallway was that the room would act as the width of the extended hallway, like the room that we used to create this hallway, and there would be other like cells like parallel to the other two that we have here.
But I'm also going off the idea that y'all don't really care about the work you promised since you're just building an escape route and you don't really care about all that. So I'm assuming you're actually slightly worse than normal contractors, which would promise more than they're going to do to begin with. So we're good.
I have to say I don't remember this, but I'm sure it happened.
Like when you drew out the map, it was completely different from what I was hoping we were discussing. But I'm like,
You can draw.
this
You have
works.
the power of the drawing. Please draw something different. I'm just like this was a suggestion, not a commitment.
Like,
Oh.
yeah. Like, essentially the rooms would be like this. Like, just imagine them being even or evenly shaped.
Wait, this is where the
is-
secret door is.
Well, if you
Yeah,
had done
unfortunately,
that-
when you made the secret door, I'm like, oh, crap, this sucks.
Yeah. Well, sorry. I just went off of what the players gave me. So
Mm-hmm. can we assume that that the hallway's like maybe large enough, like over here?
I'll give you
like,
that
when they're on this
I'll
width?
give you that the hallway is at least as large as this one up here.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So,
But we
could
still
an
have to
ox
get an
pass
ox-
through it. Yes. Would an ox get attacked by the feral dwarf? Maybe. If he's into hamburger, I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, no matter what, like, we're underground. I would assume a pony. Like, okay, we should get a pony. This is okay. We can get a pony. We can just take the ox back and get a pony, right?
Certainly.
Excellent. Unless it's a small ox. Is it like a small ox?
Like the reverse of your giant goat. It is a Shetland ox.
Hold on. Give me a sec.
So, a donkey or a pony, these things would be a mule. A mule would be perfect. We can get a mule.
All right, is that resolved now?
So
I hope so.
So okay,
'cause
so
I have
like
to bring something up. White Ape, Tom, you guys forgot to give Erda a bathroom.
oh dear.
So you need to figure out some way to get a bucket or something in there for him. And he also wants some blankets and a towel, which I'm going to gather up, but you're going to have to get it in there, White Ape.
Okay, well, get me a bucket, and I mean, you can just grab a bucket, can't you, and give him it to him with the blanket and things.
What?
Well, yeah, but you have to open up the cell because it.
Well, of course I
doesn't have
can
a
open up the
door.
cell whenever you like. I can open up the cell.
All right.
For some reason, I just imagine cut back to me in the cell, and I'm just crying, covered in feces, like.
My
Like you peed in one corner with the intention to sleep on the other side, but then because it's
The pee
fairly
just
level,
rolls.
there's water across the entire floor.
I love how I'm like, you didn't give him a bathroom, and they're all like, "Oh, my bad."
Oh,
We gave him plenty of holes in which to like
urinate through.
get rid of it.
Those glorious holes.
Shove his-
I'm not Mr.
Sorry.
Incredible. I can't, or what's his name? Not Mr.
Fantastic,
This is
Mr.
incredible.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah. I'm not,
Or,
I can't
or
stretch
Mrs.
it.
Incredible. She can do it.
Look,
All right.
you have weird demon magic. Open a portal to hell and pee in it.
Just pooped to hell.
Somewhere else, there's one devil going, what is this?
I can just imagine like some sort of demonic acolyte like reading a grimoire or a tome, and then the portal just appears right above him, and you see it get all over the pages of the book. He's like, "Ah, no, my plans!"
This is the best use of demon magic ever.
All right, I'm not inventing one church, but two.
What it would actually be is one guy who's like been tortured for the past like 3 centuries, stretched out across like 4 stalactites and stalagmites just like this. And he's like, what the? And he looks up and there's like golden arc starts hitting him. And he's like, my open wounds.
You're a sick man, Howard.
They're degenerate demons. They might like it. They're like, catch it in your mouth. Catch it in your mouth.
This is the most refreshing thing that has ever happened.
I don't even want to know what you're going to call this episode.
My open wounds.
Portal. Toilet to hell. That's the name of this episode.
I'm down with that.
Put it in hell.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
All right.
That
In
was
the
great.
meantime, Erda, you were going to go to the corner and have a conversation, I think?
Well, you said that he like kind of started going back into the reptile voice. So what I was planning on doing was just going back and listening more to see if he's talking it over with himself now. You know what I mean?
I actually have to make a roll for that, not against you, but against myself. I don't know. It's weird when NPCs are rolling at each other.
Yeah.
Let's see. It would be that versus that. Okay. After a few moments, the voice reverts to the twisted Elysian voice. Are you still there? And you hear the voice coming directly through that pipeline from your cell to the other one.
Yes. Of course, I'm still.
Runes, sigils carved into the walls. Bind me. Destroy anyone, and I am free. I know that you are trapped, but if you can find a way, then I can liberate you as well. Maybe talk a god into doing something stupid.
Perhaps one of the guards was asking me questions the day they brought me in. Maybe I can ask her maybe I can ask her about the info she's looking for and break her a deal. Have her come unlock your cell or break one of those rooms.
And I will feast upon her, and I will save you whichever organs you wish.
But somehow the humans there can tell
Good,
them apart.
good.
Then a deal is struck.
Yes.
Jeez.
Look out, Esri.
Really?
I just imagine me on the other side of that wall going like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Dude is crazy.
Absolutely on the verge of a panic attack, but just agreeing. So like, I'm out of my element. I don't know what to do here.
No one can keep us down here.
Whatever
Join
you
with
say,
me.
man.
Join with me, and we will destroy all those that oppose us. Freedom shall be yours again.
We shall rend all of these guards and draw power from their blood.
Yes.
Good thing. Okay, I'm gonna try hatching a plan now. So next time Esri comes around, I'm going to try to hatch a plan. Hopefully they come back with a toilet.
All right. Yeah, whoever, Esri, at that point, you said you were going back to him, I believe?
Yeah, I'm gonna gather up the stuff that he asked for and then get White Ape and head over there.
All right. Then Esri and White Ape, you can put yourselves over there and have the conversation you'd like to have.
All right, picking up
Yes,
my icon.
have it. Talk.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Excuse me. Pardon me. All right, I passed on by those gentlemen in blue and red.
Hey,
Excuse me.
honestly, there are guys there. They're just like eating and playing cards. They look at y'all, but they've seen you in the past couple days. They know who you are, and they don't really think much, especially since you're walking with another guard. It doesn't really strike them as important enough to get up.
Right.
Thank God for lazy guards.
You know, I've worked in
reality.
jobs that were very similar to that, and I have to say that, yeah, that's pretty much real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Time
realism is
to.
there.
So,
Well, especially when you're emotionally dead in a place like that, doesn't sound surprising.
Yeah, I've been emotionally dead, and yeah, that's pretty much Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
So
Once your heart
Okay.
becomes as black as the
I will
never-ending
begin.
ether that is the universe.
I will begin to channel my magic, and create a opening, like a service window. I guess.
A slight note that I'm supposed to say here is that one guard does eye you as you walk by, but his friends are there, so he doesn't go and make any romantic overtures.
All
But he
right.
is definitely into the girl he can barely see.
All right. Good.
That's what makes it all the more exciting.
I mean, have
No
you seen?
accounting for weird fetishes, I guess.
Have you seen?
You know, Black is slimming, and since she's already fairly athletic, I assume she is a pencil.
Have you seen Vallanthia women? They're kind of they're a little bit of uggos. So if you can't see the woman, then it's an improvement.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all sexy in the dark, baby.
Right?
Okay. I will stone shape the
door hinges.
there we
Oh,
go.
Jesus.
Damn, dude. What would you
You
like
made him a
to do for
porcelain
him?
throne that goes straight to the man in the dark chamber, and he cannot use his sexy voice to.
It literally has plumbing. Like it's connected to the
Howard,
aqueduct.
I was making a service window that because I'm concentrating on keeping the rock out of the way. As soon as I stop my concentration on it, it will close back up.
Okay. But it's however ornate you'd like it to look.
Cool. It's got a little shelf. It's got
Perfect.
Like one of those. I thought you were gonna say it's gonna have one of those little food tray things that you can slide the food tray in.
It's got a drawer. You open it. You put the money in. You shut the door. You get to open it. Put the money in. It's got a telephone.
Yeah.
We both can pick it up, but we can't hear each other because they're made of stone.
Yeah, just rubbing myself onto the stone.
No, there's like a little shelf and everything, and it's like, hello, Erda.
For having only 3 dice for that roll, you did amazing.
Erda.
Fantastic.
Erda.
I stand up. The stink is probably horrendous at this point. Couple days.
Oh, if they
After
gave
having
you a
a
sink
lot-
to begin with, sure. But my understanding was a blank box.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they wanted from me. That's what I gave them.
So
So, yeah.
now I have. You got in the stink now. You're letting that out.
Oh,
good
stink.
for
I
me.
thought you said sink. Yes, the stink
No.
is horrendous. My bad.
Yeah,
I
the
misunderstood
stink is.
you.
Yeah, the stink is horrendous.
I didn't hear the T in stink.
Hello, Erda. It's nice to see you. I hope you're okay.
Oh. So humid in here.
Last time I saw you, you were stabbed, so it's great that you're not stabbed anymore.
Both
No, still
both
stabbed.
Esri and White Ape's hair is like just curling backwards. Just the smell is just like rolling over you.
I will point out that there is still there's bandages over it, but there's still a wound there that's like just
Oh,
not just.
You think that might be infected? That
Yeah.
It doesn't look right. Not that you could see it before they opened the window.
Yeah. Now it definitely smells like almonds now. Yeah.
Oh, that's no good.
Erda, concentrate. We're here. We're here to help.
Okay. You bring me something to eat.
I look over at Esri.
Isn't he Howard? Isn't he supposed to be getting fed when the other guy gets fed?
Interestingly, nobody put that order in.
Okay, so I will look at Erda and say, "You're telling me they didn't bring you food when they were supposed to?"
To
I don't-
be fair, that
I don't
is
think they can open the
equally
wall.
on them as it is on y'all for not putting a door or not arranging the arrangement. So that's at least half on the staff here that had nothing to do with y'all.
All right, I'll go make sure that the order gets put in for that to happen. Then, sorry about that, Erda.
What can I order? What's on the menu?
What's on the menu, Howard? What do we give them?
As far as I know, none of you have partaken from the kitchen here, so no idea.
Let me go see what I can find. I'll be right back.
Fresh summer salad, please. with citrus. I don't want scurvy.
At least a strawberry somewhere.
So, Erda,
Yeah. Yes.
how is Adric? I put a little like speaking hole in there for you. There were
Yes.
some mushrooms in it that should have decayed out.
Yes. I was kind of sad that they weren't food.
I'm gonna talk to you in Sylph. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. Sorry they weren't food. We should have just had a mushroom in there that just would grow and grow and would keep growing, and you could just keep eating it. That would have been nice.
That would have been.
Maybe
that would
a-
have been
maybe
fantastic.
Maybe a mushroom that can eat poop and pee.
That also could have been great.
I
As
have
you
a
can see by my corner.
I have
As
a-
look over.
great, amazing amount of ideas of what you can use mushrooms for.
Perhaps you should have a discussion with Tom.
I'm going to. I have my imagination's
and,
running wild.
reinvigorate his curiosity.
So, remember, all you need is the name of the guy who sells the books, right?
Yeah, the necromancer books.
The necromancer books. That's what we want. His location or his name, anything that can lead us to him. That's all we need, and then we can get you out of here.
Okay, yeah, but here's the thing. He's definitely in league with some kind of dark magic,
Yeah, we knew that.
and he wants to escape real bad.
We figured that might happen. Yes.
I don't think the only version of him that I can talk to is one that seems to be in a power conflict with
Well,
Erdrek himself. And I don't think that entity will negotiate for anything less than his freedom.
then you should lie a lot.
Well, I hope that my lies are convincing enough. I've never been quite the speak gooder. Sure.
Gooder.
Oh no.
You're the goodest.
Well,
I could be goodlier at this.
Oh man, props to turning it into an adverb.
this is getting to be the badliness.
We could always switch places if you wanted.
No.
Oh wait,
no.
you don't know how to speak Elysian, do you?
I do not know how to speak Elysian. I'm speaking
Then
to you
never
in
mind.
Sylph.
You don't
This
know
is the
how to
Sylph language.
open the
I know
cell.
Sylph. He's not an elf, is he? We were told he was a human.
She speaks some strange hissing language.
A hissing language. Maybe
I'm
it's
not
not.
sure if it even. It sounds like some sort of strange dialect of reptiloid, but I'm not quite certain. I'd have to research it more. Perhaps if I had
We
my
don't have
journals, I
time.
could take some notes and work out.
We don't
the
have time
syntax.
for that. You're going to
well,
have to negotiate with
If
the
he is
person
a
you can
human,
hear.
then I don't know where he learned how to speak like that. It does sound rather convincing, as though it were from a reptiloid. But
Okay,
yeah,
so
it could
here's the
just be a
plan.
trick of
I
the
just
magic.
came up with it just now. This is a good plan. You're gonna say, this is what you're gonna say. You're gonna tell him that
I do.
that you have people on the outside that can help you escape, and you've been talking to him through other holes, like this one right here, and that they're going to get you a book on necromancy or whatever you need. We need tools, magical tools. Is there a guy who can get us necromancy books? And then he can tell you the guy, and then we break you out.
You think that'll work?
I think it's the best plan we have so far.
All right. Just can I get some clean clothes?
No, you have to look like an inmate here.
Yeah, yes, you're right. Look, though, Perhaps. Journal.
I can clean up that mess over there for you. I hope.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna try and bury his shame.
His foulness.
All right. Are you gonna give him a toilet while you're at it?
No, he has a bucket. I can't make a toilet. Where's it gonna go?
Oh, you can make a deep hole.
I can do that, but it'll still stink, just like a bucket would. But a bucket.
But he wouldn't have to stand in it.
But the bucket can be removed, cleaned, and then replaced.
True.
So I'm just going to bury what's already there, or
All right.
try.
Go for it.
Did it not work? Hold on, let me try it one more
I
time.
don't see anything yet. Hey, there's some dice. All right. So you make a hole that's like a foot deep, and like the water, you create enough of a tilt in the general floor area. The water runs into it, and the poop falls into it. It doesn't like completely seal over, but it's better.
There you go. Look, I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be. I'm trying my best.
So from now on, all you have to do is sit or sleep uphill from the gross parts.
Let it roll downhill.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. Good idea.
Where's-
S rolls downhill. That's what we now know.
I look around the corner. I'm looking for
Hope
Esri
that
to
I
come
don't-
back.
Like a turd.
I'm looking around the corner. I'm looking for Esri to come back. I'm like, where's Esri? Where's...
What did I find in the kitchen?
All right, so you go to the kitchen. I'm going to throw you over there. Whoop, whoop. There's a guy. He's I'm going to make the character a little bit larger so the people at home watching can actually see him, as well as you guys. But he's not huge. I'm just showing you what he looks like.
Okay, what he looks like, yes.
He's still your height. Well, he's
Okay.
taller than you, but he's still
Not a giant chef.
He looks at you and he's like, what can I do for you? You need a meal? I'm making beef surprise tonight.
Sure. Can I have a helping of that?
Sure you can. How many helpings you like, little miss?
One should be fine.
You want some taters with that?
Sure.
All right. And he hands you a tray and he goes, oh, here you go. And he throws some silverware on there for you. As he's assuming he knows you're a guard based on the fact that you're wearing that tabard.
Uh-huh.
And he's assuming this is your meal.
Right, I figured that.
Okay.
I didn't really want him to know I was going to that cell.
I totally thought you were going to say that he hands her a food tray and then like silverware and then pours a whole fucking like ladle full of slop onto the tray and goes, there's your beef bits and potatoes.
Well, the beef surprise looks like it looks like meat that has been sitting in a crock pot for a while, so it's super soft. And he gives you like a double ladle of it.
Uh-huh.
And he gives you a fork and a tray. So that's the meal. Oh, and you said yes to the taters.
Yes.
And the taters are basically, it's cup potatoes, but not as nice as fries. It's more like just sliced potato that was dipped into the boiling grease. And so it's like more like tater chunks than French fries.
And then
That's gross.
And that's all covered in country gravy.
Right?
That's an option. Do you need some gravy?
No, that's okay.
Just made
Yeah,
it today.
I figure the beef surprise is probably the oxen that Tom we're trying to bring in.
You know, if that had made it down here, I'd have cooked it, but I don't know anything about that because I wasn't up there and didn't see it.
That one.
All right.
Bring
I'll
it
go
by the
take
kitchen for me, would you?
The one line I have out there.
I'll take the food back to Erda.
All right.
And I'll go, sorry, Erda, this is all they had.
All right, you come back up. I look at the food.
Actually, as you get to about this point, and you're walking there with your tray, these guys are going to turn and look at you and go, you could just join us here. You can sit at that table if you don't want to sit with us, but you shouldn't go back there with that. That's just weird. I mean, what are you going to do with it there? They look at you strangely because you have what appears to be a guard stray, and you're just wandering back to an area where there's definitely no sitting place to sit and eat.
Oh, well, apparently somebody forgot to put in the order to feed one of the prisoners back there. So I'm giving it to the guy who feeds them to put it in there. Do you want me to roll persuasion or bluff?
Oh, yeah. Why don't you do that, and then I will answer appropriately based on your roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until
Sarah-
then, I'm just going to talk like this for no reason.
Sarah, I would have been like, "Oh, I forgot the dessert," and walked back, and then did a sneak hide thing through the area, so they didn't.
That would have been a good idea. I didn't think about that.
Too late now. It's too late for that, isn't it?
It is too late for that.
In it,
All right, hang on. Let me see what I can roll here.
Cockney.
in it,
Isn't it?
in
I know
it.
you guys are doing like this weird Shrek Mike Myers thing. I don't
Why
know.
don't you give it a go?
I think I'm one of the Beatles. I'm not real sure.
Yeah, you got something weird going on there. All right.
We're all the Beatles.
All of them.
There's
All right,
5 of us now.
Can I roll persuasion then?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Or bluff, whichever's higher.
My persuasion's higher.
Well, all right then. With that roll, he's like, oh well, normally we don't feed the ones that are in the like trapped off areas. Wait, which one are you feeding?
Oh, the new one. I'm just gonna hand him the food and come right back.
I'll need to make a roll for that real quick. Hang on just a sec. Let's see how smart I am. I'm actually surprisingly smart today. I had a good breakfast. So
Slept that Holiday Inn last night.
holy crap. I just realized that I don't think anyone's fed him. I don't think the orders
What
are
I
put in.
mean.
Yeah, no, you're right. He needs to be fed. So let me walk with you. Whoop. I'm moving everybody but the person I want to move. Moving people is weird and hard. There we go. All right, you walk and I'll follow you.
Alrighty.
Because
So-
I had like this brain thing that worked for a change.
So as we're walking back, I'm going to be talking to him in a nice loud voice so that White Ape hears me coming and
Oh,
knows
that's
that
a
I've
good
got
idea.
someone with me.
I say,
And I'm
great,
going to be
great.
just
I say in Sylph.
chit-chatting with him and asking him, is this normal for them to just forget to put in orders and make sure the prisoners get fed?
I look at Erda. I say in Sylph, act like you're asleep.
Okay, I pretend that I'm asleep.
All right, is the window still there as she's walking?
Yes.
Up is the real question.
Yes,
All right.
because I have to concentrate. I don't want to open a new one. I'll just leave it there.
All right. As you walk around the corner, he is following you. And he looks alarmed. Oh, man. And he pulls his weapon.
Shh. I say, shh. He's sleeping.
How do you know?
Because he teleports, right? He would have escaped by now.
And I look at the guard and I say, well, who else was I going to get to put the food in there? I can't open it up.
All right. Either one of you can make the bluff roll, but I'll give you a die because the other person is supporting.
right,
Without
let me-
comparing notes, y'all decide who's rolling.
You should probably let me do it.
Yeah, I'll give you a die. That's what I was about to say. I was like, I'll give it
Okay.
to you.
Okay, so it has to be bluff then.
Yeah. Because y'all
okay.
are trying to lie to this man.
All right, got it.
But you have an extra die, so be sure and add that in.
Okay, so do I do my roll and then roll another one, or I just
You
Up
can
it,
where
or-
you go to roll roll it up it by 1, make the roll, but be sure to lower it by 1 so you don't forget what your actual normal die total is.
okay? So I have 3 dice plus 0. So should it be 3 dice plus 1 or
No,
4
no.
dice?
You know, up it up to 4 dice and then
Okay,
roll it
gotcha.
and then put it back to 3 dice after.
Right. Got it. Okay.
All right. So you got a 13 and be sure and put it back to 3 dice.
Yes, I just did.
Great. All right. So He looks at y'all, and he must also make his roll. Oh, that wild die. It's fun. All right. So he looks at y'all and he goes, all right, then that's good. I'll just be quiet so I don't wake him up.
Yeah. Ezri's like, shh.
He's into it. Y'all clearly know what you're doing. He's got your back. He's there for you.
All right. Good.
He'll protect you from that crazy person in the cell who was
He's,
sleeping.
yeah, I'm sure he's ready to stab him the moment he wakes up, right?
Oh, he is, absolutely. But he's got you two's back. He is down. You guys know what you're doing. You've handled this perfectly. He might even put it in his report.
All right. I look at the
If
food.
he remembers.
I say, Esri. I talked to you in Sylph. Esri, he's a vegetarian.
Did I know that? I don't think I knew that.
He said it quite in front of
Yep,
everybody.
Too late now.
But that was all they had, right?
That was all. That's what he offered you, and you took it. You didn't ask for anything else, but whatever. You have a plate full of what appears to be meat and taters.
He's got potatoes.
Why do you think he requested a salad?
He did actually request one, but that's all right. It's too late now.
All right, well, it is what it is. He's gonna have to break his. I hope this doesn't hurt him.
There's taters on it.
There's
there's
potatoes.
tater cooked in animal fat.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely accurate. Yep. Hey, he might not know until it's too late.
Yeah.
He'll be like, that tastes really weird.
It is what it is. We'll put the stuff that we brought in the cell, and I'll close the cell up.
All right. Go ahead and just make your Earthcraft and roll there.
I said if I stop concentrating on it, it'll like.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Like
It'll
spells
just-
do.
Yeah. So it just goes back to a place. All right.
Well, I will go ahead and make sure that the order's put in for him to be fed the next meal. And if there's a way to, try to note on there that he's a vegetarian.
Okay. Yeah, because you got the reminder from White Ape there. All right. Erda, hey, look, there's a plate of food. You haven't eaten in a couple days. You're pretty hungry.
Yeah, I literally chow that thing down.
All of it?
Yeah, like all of it.
All right.
I don't
Hey, you
even
know what?
stop to think about it.
Afterwards, you're like, that was meat. It wasn't awful, but at the same time, it wasn't good because they don't make good food for these people.
Not only that, but I also probably haven't eaten meat in a long time. So I'm like, oh god, it's terrible, terrible. But I'm gonna have to suffer through it.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to agree with you now.
So a few
That's
games.
gonna hurt my stomach.
A few games back, there was a scene where Erda said about all of the great vegetables he had, and I got really indignant about it.
I remember that.
What, was I there for that?
Yeah.
You should have been,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You haven't missed a game that I know of.
Well, I know, but I mean, was my character involved in the conversation, or was she?
Not actively.
Oh.
Yeah, not actively, but you were there. Anyways,
Okay, wow.
I will talk to you in Sylph, and I say, okay, I'm going to get back to work. And then I look at the guard, and I say, in common, thank you, I'm going to get back to work.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. I'm here for you. That's my job.
Why are you Scottish?
That's am I Scottish now? Oh, holy crap. I'm Scottish now. I wasn't trying to be Scottish. I just was trying to be me. Vallanthia. Whatever that is. Made up land.
Well, yeah, all of this stuff is made up, so I guess they sound like whatever you say they sound like.
That's what I'm saying. I have a friend from Narnia. He has the weirdest accent. It's like a lion shitting in a barrel. It's a weird accent.
So now, Tarek, Erda should have your blanket, your bucket, and your food.
Perfect. And renewed direction.
Yes.
All right. Tom, is there anything you want to add to this before I move back to see if Erda goes back to talking to the dude?
Well, I'm just exchanging the ox for the pack mule, so if you want to
Alright.
roleplay that, I'm open.
Unless you're looking for a discount of some form,
Nah,
he's
just
willing to even trade you if you talk to him and explain that you got the wrong animal. He'll even trade you for a donkey. I mean, there's not going to be much of an argument there. It's actually normally it would be cheaper, so even trade is actually an upsell for them.
well, I mean, if I can get back some of my deposit, that'd be cool.
In that case, make a persuasion roll.
Ah, boy. So persuasion under charisma, huh?
Right, it is charisma persuasion. If you don't have persuasion, straight charisma.
Joy. Ah.
There's a slight fee to switch animals.
You should have just.
He crit failed. What am I supposed to do?
You knew you're not good at persuasion. You should have just been like, okay.
All right, so he could have rolled a 6 just as easily as a
He
1,
could
to
have
be
just,
fair.
yeah.
And he could have rolled any normal number between 1 and 6, but nope, the
Look,
dice don't like him today. So there's a slight fee. You're going to have to throw down extra 5 silver, and he'll happily switch animals and let you take a donkey out.
All right, 5 silver.
Yeah, just 5 silver.
All right. I can do
He
5 silver.
basically realized you were a sucker and decided to take advantage of you.
Yeah, well,
That's-
yeah, no duh, considering that he can't speak common.
Yep, and probably that was the tip off. He reassures you this is an absolutely normal transaction fee for switching services. And he goes into the details of it, which you barely understand in common.
So you're just like, okay, here's my money.
Mhm.
However, if his role had turned out differently, he could have saved money. So, it was worth a shot. I'm not going to fault him for it. It just didn't happen to work out.
Hey, it's a 1 in 3 shot that you either crit fail or crit succeed, which I think
It really is.
really
I
low
find it
odds.
funny that it was the exact same numbers every single time I crit failed. 3 to
Well,
1, 3 to 1,
two-
3 to 1.
To be fair, Corey, the game was designed, and not by me, the game was designed to be cinematic. And crit fails and crit successes are way more cinematic than everything going exactly as planned.
Yeah.
All right, so you got your donkey and you're headed back. It's going to be an easy charisma animal handling roll or a straight charisma roll to get to go down there because donkeys, 1, are smaller and 2, are easier to do steer than ox.
All right, so another charisma roll for this?
Right. I assume you don't have animal handling, so straight charisma.
No, yeah, I have no.
But that's a good roll. And you only need to actually beat a 5, and you got a 12. So it walks it looks slightly hesitant, and you guide it, and it follows you trustingly and goes down the stairs and enters into the labyrinth of the asylum with you without too much fuss.
Mm-hmm.
You can guide it all the way back to where you are going. However, there is one complication that I need to roll. All right. So as you are passing, where is Tom? There you are. I don't have a donkey mini prepared. My apologies. I can pull an extra Roodle out. I have a Roodle.
We will call him Rootle 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
It'll be Roodle and not Roodle.
No, Roodle 2 Electric Boogaloo.
There he is. All right. So as you get to here, and Roodle 2 gets to there, this fellow gets to here and takes a swipe at him because he's feral and psycho and does what he does. Which mostly is attack things through the bars, which he's not bad at. He's got a hit.
You remember that Mycéan pod that I gave him earlier, or like just tossed into his room?
I absolutely
back.
do.
All right, I will activate it.
I thought you were going to say I demanded
Okay.
back.
Well, he does damage first to the donkey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Damage doesn't crit. That's the good news. It took me a second to remember that, but damage does not crit. So he hits the donkey. He Legion's like, and he reaches out and he grabs the donkey and yanks it and he bites into it and blood just starts spurting. It's insane. It's the weirdest thing you've seen.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that poor donkey.
The donkey has a natural armor
Terrible.
class because they have a thick hide.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the donkey is hurt. And
Oh,
now you're
damn.
going to do something with a Mycelium pod.
Yes.
Go ahead and make that roll.
That donkey.
You are not getting your deposit back, man.
And that's a one on a wild die, so
He'll get his deposit back.
6, 3, so 9. I got a 9 out of that roll.
All right.
The damaged donkey.
What did you want to just inflate and incapacitate him, or
Yes.
I'm a donkey
Okay.
repairer.
it grew large, but not. It wasn't in the right position to actually do anything to him.
Mhm.
It's sort of like a beach ball just is landing next to you. It has no effect.
I believe they still
Hmm.
Sorry, but he has wounded your donkey, and the donkey is scared because that's what the donkey does. Now we're gonna do what the donkey does.
weird.
Oh no.
This
This is just not my day.
it really isn't, man. I apologize. You are trying to take livestock through an asylum. I'm just gonna point that out.
Yeah, I know, but we're working. We're just trying to do honest work.
So we're gonna see first the donkey's intelligence to understand what to do with this information. They're not the brightest bulbs. All right, and it will. Oh, hang on.
Oh, did it attack back and make a good roll?
Oh,
Shocking.
I was like another 6 now.
Oh,
All right. So the donkey rears up. It can't get to him through the bars because it's sideways due to the shape of a donkey. You understand that it is not the right shape to make a sudden turn and attack.
Mm-hmm.
So it rears up and it kicks you in the head
oh man.
Oh,
with its
Damn.
front kick, not its back kick, which is not as strong, but it does kick you.
oh,
The upside was it only a 10 to kick you. The extra dice just made it flourish.
Can I do a dodge roll?
No, you have to in this game. When initiative begins, you have to dodge. Say you're dodging before initiative. Otherwise, when it gets to your attack, it's different. And on your action, you made a mushroom grow. It's going to kick you. It hits, and it does. What do you have any armor on? What are you wearing?
As far as I remember, just traveling clothes, an apron, and work gloves. So nothing
Alright.
truly protective.
Oh, that's no good. Let me look at your character real quick to double check that. Character sheet.
Yeah, you should have some
go.
under armor or something. Like I have wooden
You
splint.
have padded leather armor with an armor value of 1 die.
Oh wow, you got 1 die of armor, dude.
He does. You
Lucky.
should roll 1 die.
I have 1 die plus 1.
Ooh.
I have +2.
Roll 1 die. Do you know how to do it?
D6.
Yeah, just roll a d6.
Hey, if you think about your plus 2
It
in
is
this
wild.
way,
It can explode. That does not though. That brings to a 14. The donkey rears up, kicks you, and is going to, because it's in a narrow hallway, it can't really turn, so it's going to run forward. However, there's nothing really blocking it from running forward. After it kicks you and knocks you down, and it's going to go to here.
Oh,
And
God,
that is
he's
the
on
donkey's
lows.
action.
Huh?
You, however, you took 14, which is mortally wounded by a donkey.
Oh my god. So how do I register
This is a
that?
game that we have nothing but magic casters, and therefore everybody gets mortally wounded by every hit because nobody has any awesome armor. That's great.
I gotta tell you
I
though,
love it.
Tarek, because you only have a plus 2, you think that's a bad thing, but think of it this way. You can't crit fail on your armor soak roll. It's just a 2. It's always a 2.
That's a good point. It really is.
So Howard, how do I register that, do I just put like a 1 in mortally wounded, or?
All right, so yeah, you are mortally wounded, and you have to make a roll. Hang on, let me get to what happens when you're wounded. Oh, wait. I'm looking through my notes when I should be just pulling up the thing that I put in the handouts under got wounds. All right. So you've been mortally wounded. Blah, 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 blah.
That sounds like the name of a handbook. So you've been mortally.
You're
What do you
bleeding
do
out.
here?
You're
As a
bleeding
rogue,
out,
you
and
with
you're
the
like
group.
going through the chapters. You're like, I need your dog-earing pages. Blood's flowing into the drain next to you.
What do I do if I'm mortally wounded?
As a free action before losing consciousness, you may try to stay up with a difficult 16 plus stamina or metal roll, which means you can either make a stamina, physique, or metal charisma roll right now to try and stay awake. You're good.
Stamina.
All right. Go ahead and roll your stamina. Actually, I think 16 plus is wrong. I think it's supposed to be 15 plus. Not that, oh, well, 16. Doesn't matter. You got 16 on the dot. You are awake. You are hit in the head. It hurts. You feel an amazing amount of pain from this hoof that has struck the back of your big mushroom cap head. This pain is probably the worst pain you have felt so far in your life. Worse than when your soul was drained by a necromancer.
Wow.
Oh.
You are awake. You know what's going on. You fall forward. You see the thing running by you.
Mm-hmm.
The thing being the pony that you rented.
Mm-hmm.
And you are not dead. Keep in mind, you're fine-ish in that you're awake. You're down 3 dice on all rolls that you attempt to do right now, and your head hurts.
So I'm gonna go to see White Ape and inform him that I need a little bit of medical attention.
On-the-job injury, man. Claim that workers' comp.
and you rush to White Ape. All right.
Hold on, did not mean to make that. I meant to move my character and I forgot I had that icon.
I have to say, I would assume that getting kicked in the head would hurt worse than getting your soul sucked, because souls, I don't know if souls have nerve endings, but heads
No, but it's like
do.
a weird draining feel that it feels like you're dying also.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to fall asleep
But I
and
will
die
give
now.
you that nerve endings do have a different, like, natural effect. Maybe it is a more sharp pain, absolutely. Either way, though, as you go to him, I'm going to say you have to make at least one roll, but pretty much unless you crit fail, it's just a physique stamina check to not fall. The same stuff that I believe a friend of ours was doing last game. Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're absolutely fine. You're like, your mushroomness is amazing.
Well, he's down 3 dice, right?
What?
You were down 3 dice, remember?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, roll 1 die. Sorry.
Oh.
It might be quicker to go to the die symbol itself and just roll
Well,
1
I
die.
mean, I
than
have
change
like
your physique
I have
stamina.
5 stamina plus a pip on it.
All right. Well, then roll. You can set that to roll 2 die plus 1, or you can set your normal thing to roll 2 die plus 1. Either way, just remember I put it back to 5 die if you use your character sheet,
Yeah.
because you don't
All right.
want to lose your stamina, because that would suck. All right, you're still awake.
Okay.
Yeah, that's way more than you needed. And you walk over to him and you're like, and say what you're gonna say.
Hi, Tom. Welcome back.
White Ape. The crazy man bit the donkey, and I received a really, really bad injury.
This is his Terran, by the way. This
Yes.
is him speaking Terran.
Yes. I may need some medical attention.
Okay. Sit down right here. Where's the donkey?
The donkey is
You heard
at
the donkey.
cross-section.
You heard the donkey because you heard a donkey scream, and it's in this hallway, not far from you.
All right. Sit down. Don't move.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to you in a second. I'm going to bring the donkey in here. So
He's like, "You're dying. Let me take care of the animal."
I just
Bye-bye.
don't want another crazy person to eat a donkey, okay?
You'll be fine. I'm triaging.
Tom, go ahead and make another roll.
Survive. You're too far gone.
Another
Of your
stamina
2D
roll.
plus 2D plus 1.
Right.
Like I say, if you don't want to change your character, just use the straight die in the thing. All right. Yep, you're still up.
Okay. So, I'll go calm down the donkey and bring it in here.
Go ahead and make your animal handling.
Sure. No problem.
The donkey does not calm for that because it was attacked. It's in pain.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
yeah,
That's a really terrible roll
bad.
without even crit
You can
rolling.
spend
It was-
character points.
Yeah, I don't want to for this. I'd rather spend a
Alright,
character point.
So the donkey is scared. You can see it bleeding on its like flank. Is something tore into it,
Yeah.
and it is just upset and terrified.
Does it look like it might die if I do not do anything?
No,
Okay.
it just looks upset and terrified.
Then I'll leave it there. I'll say, if anyone touches that donkey, they will be held to pay.
All right,
I'll come back
go ahead.
in and I'll start.
All right, when
try-
he comes back in, go ahead and make another roll.
I'll try and fix Tom now.
Sorry, Tom. But your friend was worried about a donkey, so make another roll.
I
I'll
love
just
animals.
roll
I know.
2d6 and I
And
will.
it's hilarious.
Okay, so that will act as my bonus die.
Okay, cool.
So do I make another d6 roll?
Yeah, go ahead and well, you should have rolled 2d6. Well, you did roll 2d6 together, right?
Yes, and then my bonus die, or the pip.
Oh, the pip is not a bonus
Oh,
die; it's a plus
okay.
1.
Okay, so yeah, so it's a 5. Then
Yeah. All right, just a 5. You're still up.
okay. Just consciousness wavering a bit. It's like
Right.
Okay. Time to fix Tom. I have medicine. I don't have like a medicine kit.
Oh, that's too bad.
I do.
It changes your target number.
So I'll do what I can. And
You
this,
don't have a. You don't have a target. You don't have a medicine kit on you, Erda.
Yeah, that's true.
Your stuff was taken. from you.
But that's what I was mentioning. That's why I was mentioning because White Ape would have at some point gone back to the temple where my shit is
so
and could have.
But if he didn't say he picked it up, I don't know.
so all of you out there going, why didn't you use a character point earlier since you got a character point from the game and use it on the goat to calm the goat down, blah, blah, blah. Because I would like to use it here if I fail this roll. Duh.
Makes sense to me. All right, you got a 10. Do you want to use the character point
Is that enough to do the thing?
to stabilize him? Is a 10.
Excellent.
Actually, no, you don't have you don't have a kit, so it's officially a 15.
Okay, then character point it is. There you go. So that's an extra
Small
die.
judgment.
I need a 5 on this die. I probably won't get it.
There's a chance. It's 1 in 3. Not that one.
And
but,
that takes away a thing and blah blah
it
blah
did.
and I can't do
Holy
shit.
crap, you're down to 5.
So here's my problem.
Right.
I spent an experience point to crit
did.
fail. That feels bad. It feels like I never want to do this again. And I
Odds were
probably
against it.
will do it less now. I will probably always be thinking in the back
Like
of
you
my
said,
head,
there
if
was
I
a
spend this character
66
point, if I spend this character point here to help this person, I may do harm to him. Or I can get more character advancement, and that's a sure thing later.
There was a 33% chance that you would crit fail with that, but there was a 66% chance you would not, and a 33% chance you would crit succeed.
Still, there's a chance I can crit fail by spending a resource. That's weird to me.
That is the fun of this game.
No, it's not. It's the opposite of fun. It's a fun fail.
I love this kind of fun, but I can see where other people may not.
So I'm probably going to spend character points less in the future to help people like this, simply because I could end up hurting them instead.
Did you have this speech prepared just in case you failed?
Yes.
It feels like you might have.
Yes, because I saw this happening. I saw this coming. I saw this coming down the pipeline, and I'm very upset about this. Okay. Anyways, Tom, I fucked you up. Sorry about that, buddy. It's the fun of the game. We're having fun. We're having fun here, guys. We're having fun. Tom, this is fun for you.
He's flossing fungi.
No, Tom is in pain.
Oh yeah, it hurts.
Happy with the situation.
He didn't actually crit fail. He just failed. Did you want to spend more points trying to make it into a success, or you want to leave it where it is?
I'm done. I'm gonna go grab somebody to help us instead.
Yeah, just grab a professional, please.
All right. While he's doing that, just for fun, because we're at the near end of this session. I think we are.
Yeah,
we
it's
are.
9. Yeah, we should end.
Urda, what's going on with you?
So I'm going to have a conversation with Airdrek, for sure.
Yes, talk to me.
Listen, I may have a way to escape, but it's not going to be simple. I've gotten one of the guards to agree to help, but I need him to gather materials for me that I need in order to cast a ritual to get us out of this situation. Take over the minds of one of these weak-willed guards and have him walk willingly into your cell and free you from your binding. But in order to do that, I need the material. But I don't know where I can get these materials in the city.
What is it you want?
I need a tome of magic and ritual items that will strengthen my connection to the eldritch entities that give me my power.
I am no library. And that's where we're going to end tonight's game, with me taking note of Tom's dying.
Yay!
I'm really sorry, but it is what it is.
It's the freaking rolls, man. Ugh.
Yeah, it's not been a good night for rolling.
I was actually really
Except when
hoping
we were
that,
trying to bluff.
I was really hoping that actually White Ape would be the one to go and get the animals, and I would continue working. I'd be like, I would have been fine on my own just working, and it's like, nah, send the guy who doesn't understand common language to go get the animals. Art.
You're the one with the money.
It was decided by Howard, by Sarah, by Corey. I'm like, okay. You guys push me into this. I will go ahead and be the dunderhead.
I had nothing to do with that. I did not push you to go get the animals. I think Corey did, but I did not.
I don't have any money. You said you had money. I didn't push you to do anything.
I was willing to give you the cash.
You said we're gonna get another animal. I have the money to do it. I'm like, okay.
His delicious inner risotto is just falling out of him now.
How is this my... It's like, hey guys, I'm going to go grab another beer. Do you want one? Sure. All right. Why aren't you getting it? Oh, I'll give you the money to get the beer. You should... Oh, okay. We naturally assume if you have the money, you go get the thing.
you had the talent, I would have given you the money, and you have the talent to get the animals.
Then you have to say that. The thing is,
To
we
be fair-
assume you go and do it because you have the money. If there was a change of plans, you should tell us because the natural assumption.
To
All
be
right.
fair, Corey would have had the exact same problems, but his character would have been a better chance of navigating any animal through that hallway with that crazy dwarf ready to lunge at whatever.
If it wasn't for that freaking dwarf.
That dwarf reminds me of that one dude. What's his name from Silence of the Lambs?
Hannibal
Guy-
Lecter?
Hannibal Lecter.
Not Lecter, the other dude in the cells that
Oh, the
Lecter
one
hates.
that.
Oh, the one that
me.
jizzed on people?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's
me.
what the dwarf reminds me of. That dude.
Ooh.
I forgot what his name is, but
At least he's
never
not doing
named.
that.
Exactly, yeah.
I would like to say thank you to anyone who watched this. Hope you're having fun. I'm going to have fun continuing to run with this scene. I can't wait till they get to the next part, which is far worse.
Oh no.
Much worse than a dwarf jizzing or whatever is happening.
Oh god, dwarf jizz.
As long as my poor mushroom man survives, I'll
wait.
be okay.
Whoa. Mushroom men, donkey biting, and dwarf jizz. This is a great episode title.
I'm not putting that in the
I'm
episode
down.
title. Toilet to hell, yes. Okay.
I'm good. I'm still good with Toilet to Hell. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed that
Great
whole
too, yeah.
whatever
I
that
mean,
was.
The whole scenario is basically a toilet to hell, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a metaphor for life, really.
It's a toilet to hell.
The
Slipping and sliding all over the place,
to a portal
streaking
and
around.
having that portal open and be onto you. Yeah, that's life. Yeah, that's
So
basically.
we gotta do the chorus, man. The chorus. It's a toilet to hell.
Streaking to the right, streaking to the left.
Flush it down!
Oh. I would like to thank all of my players for playing. I appreciate appreciate the heck out of all of you, Tarek, Matt, Sarah, Corey.
Hey, if you like this video, hit the like button. You want to watch more? We got more videos here. And also, subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll know when we do this next. Probably next week, Friday. We'll try. We always try.
If you don't subscribe, toilet to hell. Just saying.
That's right.
Coming for you.
That's it, right? That's it, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Why isn't it